I feel so alone and scared after ending a toxic relationship. I feel so alone. I recently ended a toxic relationship, and now the police are involved. Right now, I'm genuinely scared for my life. I'm having severe suicidal thoughts. This isn't new for me, but they've gotten worse. I stayed up all night crying, convinced I've ruined everything by getting the police involved. Convinced my life is completely over. As someone who once never had anything interesting going on, I have severely fed my life. The person I was with wouldn't leave me alone even after I blocked him. We had broken up before this. He kept finding new ways to contact me, at first just requesting a conversation, but it quickly turned into demanding one. This is someone who hurt me deeply, emotionally, and I just wanted to move on. I told him I wasn't willing to talk, but he kept pushing, pretending like he missed me. When I refused again, I tried to explain how much he had hurt me, and instead of listening, he accused me of lying, which he had never done before. He used to admit to his actions, though apologizing was always beyond him. Then the threat started. He claimed I had something of his that he wanted back, but wouldn't say what it was over text. I told him if he couldn't tell me on text, I wasn't going to talk at all. Hours later, he threatened to dishonor me, contact my family, and create fake social media profiles under my name. I even wondered if he had secret pictures of me that I didn't know about. I didn't engage. I ignored everything. After that, he deleted his account. A month went by with no contact. Then he messaged me again, asking if I was ready to talk now, and told me what he wanted back. I didn't respond, but I sent the item back to him without saying a word. He never picked it up. Recently, he showed up at my home. He refused to leave and was aggressively pushing my door when I tried to shut it. I didn't know what else to do, so I called the cops. They didn't come that day, but a few days later, he returned. My sister was with me because I was terrified of what he might do. He stood outside the door, pleading with me to open it, saying he just wanted to talk and had something for me. We called the police again, and they warned him that if he contacted me again, he would be arrested. He hasn't contacted me since. My sister stayed with me after that, but today we got into a fight. She wanted to leave, but she said she wanted to make sure I was safe from him before she did. Then she said something that broke me. She confronted me about the night he first showed up, saying she found it strange that when I was on the phone with my friend that night, I didn't text her anything reassuring. I had tried calling her when my ex showed up, but she didn't pick up, so I messaged her saying, "No, I didn't call by mistake," after she texted asking if I had. She didn't reply. I sent another message explaining that he had shown up and the police weren't coming, but still, she didn't reply. I thought she fell asleep. I was so confused and felt abandoned. I even told my friend, "I don't know why my sister isn't replying." My friend stayed on the phone with me for a few hours while I cried, feeling completely isolated. The cops weren't coming, and no one else was helping me. I started to wonder if I had done something wrong, and that's why she didn't reply to me. But nothing was making sense. In the morning, my sister texted me, saying she hadn't received my messages, and she asked me to call her, and I was relieved. I realized how irrational I'd been, but that night I was terrified and feeling completely alone. In the kitchen today, when she confronted me, I told her that my friend had stayed up with me because she didn't reply. She said, "I didn't receive your messages. You could have sent another message to let me know you were all right, so I wouldn't be worried when I read them later." She's right, I could have, but I wasn't thinking rationally. I explained that I thought she hadn't replied on purpose. That's when she called me disgusting a few times and left the room. I froze. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I know my feelings weren't rational, but I was so scared and vulnerable that night. I wasn't thinking clearly, and instead of listening to me, she judged me and left me feeling worse. I never got the chance to explain how alone I felt or how much I needed her that night. She packed her things and left without saying another word. She just walked out on me. How could she leave me when I needed her the most? Now I'm completely alone. My mental health has been awful for a long time, and she knows that. I used to keep everything inside and never share my struggles with anyone, but I started opening up to her. And still, she left. I'm questioning everything. Am I blind to something? Am I really an evil person? I don't understand how my own sister could abandon me at a time like this. She knows how much my toxic relationship still haunts me. I wasn't happy before I met him, but oh my God, I don't even know where to begin to explain how I am feeling now. I feel so lost. How could she leave me? Why would a man who claimed to love me hurt me like this? Why can't I disappear? I don't feel like a human being. I don't think I will ever feel good. I'm scared of today, tomorrow, and everything after that. My thoughts are getting darker, and I don't know how to stop them. I've always wanted to find love, but now I just want it all to end. These thoughts of dying have settled in here for years, but they're getting worse, and I'm scared I won't be able to fight them much longer. I used to be the kind of girl who avoided all kinds of trouble. I believed in soulmates and swore I would never settle for anything less. But then I met my ex, and I was escaping something. I saw the red flags, but he made me feel safe for a moment, and I clung to that feeling, even when the safety started to fade. He told me he felt protective over me, but he never protected me. Yet, he was the first person in my life where I felt truly safe in someone's arms, like he was genuinely hugging me, not just using my body for his own emotional support. It was the first time I wanted someone to hold me. Now, I can't even imagine meeting someone new in the future because I don't want to be here for that. I don't know how I'll ever heal from this enough to love someone else. I feel like no one deserves to be with a girl with such low self-respect that she still thinks about her mentally abusive ex. Recently, I started missing him. His voicemail sounded so vulnerable, and now I'm questioning everything. Maybe it's because the memories are starting to flood in, the good ones, and before I didn't allow myself to remember. But now I am remembering everything. But we never truly had good memories. There had always been a fight. We only fought. The good moments were fake. It is just now that they seem so lovely to me. And I wonder, is he really an evil person who threatened to dishonor me, forced his way into my life, and refused to leave me alone? Or is he just a broken person who doesn't know how to control his emotions? I know I'm not thinking straight, and I know I'm not okay. But right now, I don't want to be okay. Once, all I ever wanted was to fall in love with a good man. Now, I just want to call my ex, let him hold me one last time, and then I want to die. Now to the next story, story 2. Feeling guilty about doing less. Okay, I'm going to preface this with the fact that I am about to get my period and always ruminate more right before it, lol. But yeah, I am feeling so bleh and lazy. My room is a mess. I have eaten so many sweets in the past 24 hours, thanks to my period, and also I did like 2+ hours of cardio in the past 2 to 3 days, so I hope it cancels out, lol. So I work for airlines, which I seem to have to preface every rant cause it really is a whole lifestyle. And even though I mention it and its effects on my life in my rants, I am still grateful for the job itself and the opportunities it brings. But it's not a perfect job. No job is perfect, lol. But yeah, I have 2 days off. Before this, I had 5 days being on call, both at home and at airport. I only got called for one trip, and it exhausted me, lol, cause I got called for it right before I was about to get the best night's sleep of my life. I just feel like I'm not doing life right, 1 to 2 weeks ago, I had a really nice trip/crew. Went to Mexico the first night and a nice Florida beach the second night. I had too much fun and kinda got sick. I blame alcohol, even though I didn't have that much. It always sends me over the edge into sickness. So I had plans with my 2 friends from high school, but I canceled them BC I wasn't feeling well. It would have required me to fly to and from, and I didn't want to get sicker. ESP when I had 5 days of work coming up. And I didn't fully regret it cause I felt better after my 2 days off. But then I got my first shift for my first day of 5 days at work, and I didn't have to show up until like 8 p.m. And I was like, dang, that would have been perfect if I visited my friends. But I didn't know. And I was feeling sick and needed to decompress/catch up on life. And I expected to get assigned a longer trip or something for my 5 days. I didn't expect to keep getting boring standby and being sent home. And then finally, when I'm happy about being home, they call me for the most inconvenient trip ever. And there was a chance this guy I am talking to was going to try to visit me, but that didn't work out cause he works a regular weekday job, so I'd how he was going to make it work. And I could have visited him, but I just am tired of going on planes. And he needs to visit me, lol. And TBH, I am still a little sick. And that overnight till 2 p.m. trip did not help at all. I low-key developed a cough from it, lol. And I'm trying not to burn out cause I have been on probation, every new hire is. The past 4 months, you have to not make mistakes. You get like a couple strikes and can get fired. And I have 2 more months left on probation. And 1 to 2 weeks ago, I made my first real mistake. And a couple months ago, I also had a small mistake that had to be discussed. But I feel bad about myself today. Even though I've been using my time off to catch up on life, do my laundry, work out, try to eat healthy, except the past 24 hours cause my PMS plus cardio is insatiable, try to heal from sickness, wash my hair, clean my room, etc. Cause my one roommate is always out, and about how she's emotionally okay it. But I can tell she has diff goals in life than I do lol. And she has a BF, in a diff state, that she visits and travels with and does stuff Like I wouldn't want to be her / live her life, but I also am like, dang, she never just lays around and feels like crap for too long. But I genuinely think for me, I need to cause I just don't like to be constantly stressed. And then my other roommate commutes, for work aka, she lives a 50-minute plane ride away and just crashes at our place on the nights she's on call. And she lives her BF at home, and ick. And then my other roommate is more like me, like she'll actually chill at our place on our days off. But she randomly hangs out WPPL and has this dude from Bumble over. She's actually low-key annoying to me. And I do not enjoy the PPL in her life, lol. I sound judgmental, but you sometimes feel this way about PPL. I'm trying to tell myself having a day like today where I eat like crap low-key and lay around is good, and I've needed it for a while. And I do believe that. I just hate feeling icky and lazy and not productive. And then I work 5 more days and there's not promise anything fun or good will happen. And then after that I go home to visit my fam, which is good cause I've been feeling guilty about not seeing them as much. Get my hair done. See my grandpa, etc. Like I will be glad I did. It's just not crazy and exciting like other things I could be doing on my off days. And then I work 3 more days. Then I have 4 days off. And what to do them. I think it's okay that I am recharging I am going to use this time and energy to think about what I want to do that future 4 days off. What I want to do my hair, and my general goals in life. Even though I am lazy today, like I can feel I'm just not going to be productive. Just laying around is giving me energy for the future, which is productive. Plus I might wash / do my hair. If I was really bored and lazy, I would be up doing something I've been turning things down cause I've been tired. So I can actually be present and healthy for other important things in future. I'm all about quality over quantity. This felt good to rant about.